Hey everyone, it's Paik4Life. Thank you to all the 4Lifers out there who are joining or will be joining. Let me make sure that everything's good with the Wi-Fi. All right, and first comment. A lot of first comments come from Lowell, who's really great. He's been supporting the channel for a very long time, and even when he can't make it, he ends up leaving a comment like this one here that he'll catch up on the rewind. And he leaves so many comments saying catching up on this at work. So thanks a lot. But yeah, thanks to everyone who's making it. Thanks Matt McCardle uh, for joining in, always giving me grief. Make me a mod. Oh yeah, sure, I can do that. Give me a second. Live chat. How do I make you a mod really quickly? I feel like I'm gonna regret this, but there you go. Now you have the power. I'm also trying a new Q&A thing. So in the live chat at the bottom right, you can actually submit some questions. So obviously today's really about end of the year stuff. Um, for me, I wanted to do a little something different. The last few years, I've been doing things like top five winners and losers of the year, best figures of the year, kind of thing. And a lot of people have been doing that, and I think that's great. But I wanted to switch it up and do something that was more like category based, and that way I would allow you to also submit your questions. Let's have some live interaction here on the category, the figures that from your collection over the last year that might fit the category and have this be a little bit more interactive. So yeah, let's do that. Oh, True Star Screamer. Hey Jermaine, how's it going? Z-Farce. I haven't seen Z-Farce in a while. Hope you guys are doing well. Before we get started as well, just a quick reminder that I am still doing my giveaway. So a video from last week, I did a live stream explaining to you what the rules are, what the prizes are. A quick sum up of that. You basically just have to go to the video and leave a specific comment with a specific hashtag in the comment section of that video. And then we'll do a live drawing next week, probably on Monday night. And what it will be is if we have more than 100 valid entries, like individual entries, not duplicates, we'll get, if less than 100, you'll get one prize, which is, where did the prizes go? I lost the prizes. Oh, here they are. So if we only have less than 100 entries, and we're getting close, I think we have like 90 entries right now. If there's only one entry, less than 100 entries, there'll only be one prize, which is the retail released regular version of Ocular Max's Tempo, their version of the Steeljaw. If we have more than 100, 100 to 200 entries, which we're very close to, like I said, I think we're nearing 100. You'll get we'll get two winners, and the first one will get to choose which prize they want. This is the Jurassic Park crossover set. And then if we get over 200 entries, which we're probably not going to get, but if we do, we'll throw this into the mix as well. And then the first person will get to pick any of these three prizes. And then the second winner will get the choice of the two remaining. And the third will get the last one. Free shipping within the U.S. And if you're outside of the U.S., we'll go ahead and work out how shipping will work. Basically, you just pay for shipping and I'll ship it off to you. All right, we have a bunch of comments. I'm not doing a top 10. Like I said at the beginning, if you're just joining now, I wanted to do something different than the top 5 or top 10 kind of thing. And because I didn't do that many reviews this year, that would be really hard for me anyway. So I wanted to do it as category based. So that's what we're doing. So without further ado, thanks to everyone who's joining: Robot Lucas, Z-Farce, Jermaine, Mariano, Dr. Diecast. Let's see here. So here is the slide deck that I put together. It's not going to be a very long slide deck. There's how many categories are there? I think there were like 7 categories. And I want to make sure that everyone has a chance to see the category and then and then also have an opportunity to have a discussion around that, and then obviously see what my winners are. So the broadest rules for this is that it had to be a figure that was released in 2022. Obviously, some people get their figures a little bit later. But if it was generally released in 2022, maybe December of 2021, we might squeak that in. But that's the rules. But other than that, this is just for fun. 2 a.m. over the pond. So thank you, Robo Lucas, for joining. So let's just get started with that. So it's our first annual 2020 new Paik4Life Reviews Awards. So the first category up, we're talking about best quality for a figure. So when we talk about best quality, we're talking about materials as well as like so plastic, die cast. We're also talking about finishes, so like paint, overall like cleanliness where there's not a lot of sprue marks or anything like that. Not a lot of issues with breakages and stuff like that. So basically, overall, which figure of the year had the best quality for you guys? So I'm gonna take a look. Oh, your mod powers aren't working, Matt. I did add you. Let me try again. Oh, T-Man's here. Hey, T-Man. Matt McCardle. Let's try again. Add moderator. All right, so best quality. Obviously, most of mine are going to be focused on Transformers. There are obviously a lot of figures that instantly come to mind here. Fans Toy stuff. So, Fans Toy sweep. We don't have a Fans Toy sweep yet, there. What? Who? Hey, Big M. So let's see Oh, Jermaine, a non-Transformers Blitzwave Voltron. That's a really good one. I did get that. I just didn't review it just because it was so hard to manage and when it came out. Zfar says, nah, rig. All right. That's Fans Toys Huffer. Who else? Who else thinks this is the best quality figure? Oh, he's saying Fans Toys sweeps the category. Gotcha. For best toys? Oh, but that's so yeah. There's clarifying. He's saying that Fans Toys sweeping all of the categories for best awards. And I don't know about that. Yeah, Blitzway does look amazing. Hold on, give me a second. I'll actually bring a couple of them over. I do have him. Where are they? Yeah, mine's still like in pieces because I was still planning to actually review him at some point. So I never like actually. I started putting him back into the box because I'll eventually do a review. Maybe I make a lot of promises. But overall, yes, he is an amazing figure. Let's see. X Transbytes Holler? Really? Oh, yeah. I know that TM Reviews, Sony really liked that figure, thought it was one of the best released figures from X Transbots like ever. Hey, Mike Rogers. Hey, Baker Jin has been a while. Metal Structure Sazabi, did that come out? That didn't come out yet, did it? If it did, I'm in trouble because I wanted to buy that. I didn't think that was out yet. Shit, if that's out, I'm in big trouble. Oh my gosh. When was the release date for this? No, estimated February 2023. Yeah, so I'm fine. Or at least in the US. We got Sorrow 8 saying FT Chomp, which is their skull cruncher or skull smasher if you want. Let's see. Oliver Jenkins says, I think Fans Toys spoiled their hand with Jazz. What is spoiled their hand? Let's see. Oh, really? I didn't know that the Blitzway had a lot of QC issues. Matt McCardle, newly anointed mod for my channel, says it goes to MMC. That's good too. He says, I don't think I've ever heard someone say that they broke their MMC broke or QC. Their reasons number, I don't even know, 1,383 the 1,383,983. Ah, I was off by one. But anyway, X Transbots. T Man's still saying, do you still have COVID? I don't have COVID, but I just have this lingering cough. Apparently, it's one of those things. All right. So let's just go ahead and see what I put. So the best quality figure that I had this year overall, considering the sturdiness, the paint quality, the heft, especially for the size, I gave it to Jive. It might be one of those biases because that one just came out, and it is also a figure that we've been waiting a very long time for. But I thought this figure was excellent overall in terms of quality. If you guys remember, my only big gripe about Fans Toys Jive was really their semi-annoying transformation. Just a few places where it was just a little more annoying than it had to be. But even with that, on average, it was better than most Fans Toys figures. But overall, quality-wise, it was hard to pick from any of the Fans Toys figures. They always are pretty top-notch. But I really enjoyed Fans Toys Jive, and there were very few places where I thought this might break or something like that. So that was my choice. Probably not a huge surprise, but that's the one that came out for me. Yeah. Let's see. Bakerton says the same thing. Jive looks great, but the Transformers scene a bit annoying. Yeah, just on the slight side. Jermaine also agrees Jive was the best Fans Toys figure of the year. And there, the right figure won. I don't think a lot of people would argue. It definitely was um, definitely up there. I don't think anybody would be super surprised about this. Your shoulders were super tight? Like, oh, the extension double hinge joint or like the rotation on the wheel? Life with Brock. I don't know if I've seen you on the channel before, but if I have and I forgot, thank you for joining. Diecast is really with the door wing cracks. The only times I've seen people damage their figures on the door wings if they didn't follow the correct transformation, we had to telescope it. But that's the only one. I haven't seen anything else. Ooh, I know no one will choose this, but Monocrat Megatron really impressed me in terms of quality and paint. That's so funny because I literally was just watching TM review of this guy today. I still have the tab open. I'm 17 minutes and 31 seconds in to his 25-minute review, but yeah, so weird. Matt McCurl says Huffer. Huffer was really impressive, and I think it was just because also the transformation looked complicated, but it was really simple. But he also felt good overall. And again, I think it might be a little bit of bias just because he was an earlier figure in the year, so it's very easy to forget. Wow, Josh didn't make your top five. Top five. So again, we're talking about best quality. So we're not talking about best figure overall. That's going to be a different category. All right, let's keep moving on, or we'll be here forever. All right, next category is best design. So when I'm talking about design, I'm talking about overall engineering, overall like sculpting for both modes, just cleverness of transformation and so forth. Anybody who's been watching my channel for any amount of time over the last couple of years can probably guess which figure or at least company that I'm going to pick for this. But yeah, put in the comments, what is your best design? What was the one that made you think, wow, this was an awesomely engineered figure. The designer for this deserves an award. Because that's what I'm thinking when I talk about this. And why does it say my Wi-Fi is really poor here? Hopefully it's not lagging too much. So let's see. F-Toys Rig, I don't know if that was from the old one. Fans Toys Trailbreaker. I think I assume he means Fans Toys. We did see the release of the official MP. Some Chinese reviewers already have that out, like Otafa and stuff like that. I haven't watched the whole review, but he does look pretty good. Mariana says for best design, MMC. Anything more specific? Mike Rogers says DZEV. That's kind of a surprising one. Dr. Tycast with Medicus, which is their version of First Aid. Dare 2727 says, gonna pick MMC. He's been a watcher for a while because I love their all-in-one combiners. I say it every single time. He said MNC Red Alert or DZEF. I think when he says meant Red Alert, I think he meant Medicus, their first aid. Derek Yee says Medicus, so a lot. Robo Lucas says Medicus. There's a lot of Medicus MMC fans out there. G Tony, MMC or fans hobby. Baker Jin says New Age Jetfire. That's a good one. And he thinks I'm going to choose the MMC DZEF. Interesting. All right, let's see. Oh, X Transbot Inferno molds. No, that's not going to be for me. Matt McCarl says Magic Square MP Prime 2. He's like the only fan of that figure overall in the engineering. Everybody hates his transformation except Matt McCardle. Big M, Medicus is terrific. Yep, Medicus, MMM Streetwise, and First Aid. All right, so even as an MMC fanboy, it looks like I'm not alone in this. So my best design winner of the year for 2022 was definitely Medicus, the Ocular Max first aid, their first release from their Defensor series, the Protectobots. Wanted to give a quick shout out to the designers themselves. So the designers were AK, Alex K. He was actually one of the guests I've had in a previous live stream interview with the designer. Highly recommend you check that out. He's super interesting. Easily one of my top 2 favorite designers in all of the Transformers third party and even first party fandom. He does a lot of great stuff. The engineering that he puts into the all-in-one combiners is just astounding engineering that you don't see anywhere else. Additionally, Macotron, who's on the team, also supported the design for this. Has been a long-time team member as well. Also supporting the sculpt. So if you guys don't understand the difference between design and sculpting is kind of like engineering and then the surface details. So that's what you can differentiate designers and sculpts. And then also Rick A has helped with the sculpt. So that is my pick for best design of the year. Mike Ryder says, understandable, great mold. MMC can actually finish a combiner. Yes, they have. I think that's a little bit of a jab at Fans Toys, who has 2 incomplete ones. Yeah, a lot of people love that. I personally haven't experienced it firsthand, and I already have like 3 different fire engine molds, so I'm not really looking to replace it, especially with the engineering that went into the official one. So of course, with the puns, True Star Streamer comes in the clutch. Medicus, let's give him a hand. Oh wait, he transforms into one. MMC combiners are not MP size. I guess it depends on what you mean. The combined form, I can see people saying not, but obviously the robot forms are. Oh, Andrew Schatz came in a little bit late saying, my drive broke on the leg where the rear window connects to the leg below the knee. I'm sure I caused that, but I did follow the instructional vids. Oh, I didn't know. Okay, well, we might have to reconsider that. Is Macadron the same guy who's doing the incredible illustrations? Human Transformers? I don't know about that one. Let's see here. Let's see. Paik, have you seen the completed version of Kang Toys Predaking? Yeah, it looks like it's not fun to handle at all in combined mode. It looks ridiculous. It looks like not even a small baby. It looks like a medium-sized child. So not for me. All right, let's go into the next category. This is another one recognizing some of the people behind the Transformers and the toys that we get. Best box artists. So all the box art that we get from figures, some don't even have box art. Some are like renders. Whatever you want to consider as part of the box art. Um, some well-known ones that I'm a fan of are like the box art from Chigo King, who does these nice artwork for Ocular Max. He also does kind of like he doesn't do the photography, but he does like the design for the boxes, this retro look. Ioannis Vinci, I forget what his Facebook page is. It's like IO Studio or something like that. IO Lab Studio. Definitely check him out. Both great sets of artists. But let's see what other folks think about the best box artist. Let's see here. Jermaine says, I have 3 jobs and I have no issues. This guy. All right, let's see who else people thought were best art. Matt McCardle says Chigo King. He doesn't even spell it correctly. It's Chigo King with a G at the end. He says, not even a contest. Hey, TM, thanks for making. I know you're at a family function, but we're only on like the second or third category. We did best design, best quality, which I gave to Jive. Best design, which went to Medicus, with shout outs to Macatron, AK, and Rick A on the Ocular Max team. Chigo King, well deserved. Michael Rogers as well. Oh, Mariano says Hasbro. Baker Jin says, I love this category. I think MMC Optimus Prominion has a great box art. And that is right here. I got that. It's been delayed for so long. I just got it the other day. I got to do the official manual. But if you didn't know, the artist for this is Reza. Let me make sure I got this correct. I have it. Well, you know what? Let's just get to it. Because funny enough, that's who I picked. Because of the great box art that Reza has done. Reza Ilyasa is how you would find him on Instagram. But yes, this is a phenomenal box art, as well as the one that actually pushed me over the top is the DZF Continuum. The robot mode looks great, but I really love. Here, let me make this the focus real quick. I really love this artwork of his alt mode. It looks great, and this was a really hard category because, like I said, I loved all these artists. Chigo King is a really good friend of mine. Love him. Ioannis Vinci's been doing the box art for Fans Toys ever since Unicron stopped doing them, and Unicron is a great artist as well. But yeah, all these box artists were really, really great. But I just distinctly remember when doing the review for the DZF Continuum, I was just blown away by the box art, not just from the main art itself, but also the background, the lighting. You know, you can see here that he has like some lens flare on the right side of the box, and overall, it's just the design is really, really great. So really, really tough. Yeah, everyone seems to. KFC Art Box. I don't know who does the art for the. Do I have KFC art box around here? I have so many boxes that I probably do, but I can't find one. Man, sorry about that. I'm still struggling. Yeah, Harvey does the photos. He was on one of my live streams with True Starscreamer, one of the Chatterdays, talking specifically about that. The Eris Coulter art, I would have to see which one you're talking about. Let me see. I think that's Chigo King. I'm like 99% sure that's Chigo King. He does I think basically all of the Ocular Max box art. New Age box art designs, those are really good. Oh yeah. Big shout out to Ioannis. If he also had a, I think, an art book that he was selling on his Facebook page. So again, it's like IO Lab Studios or something like that. Oh, Mike Lorber does the art for some X Transbot. Definitely a shout out. He's a good member of the community as well. Hey, Olivia, greetings from Malaysia. Thanks for making it out on the live stream. All right, let's see here. Yeah, that DZF art box art is sublime. So yeah, a lot of people here are in agreement with that. T-Man likes the Iwana's simple box art. MNC Slip take a crisp 100 to make sure they got some awards. They didn't need my help, that's for sure. Yeah, Mike Rogers says the Perminion is something you definitely could get in poster size. Yeah, I mean, that'd be kind of cool if they started selling on their uh specific stores, their online shops, art prints and stuff like that for sure. I need some Robitussin. Put some tussin on it. All right, let's see here. Let's get to the next category. Let's see the next category coming up. Oh, this is a fun one. Chatterday Guest of the Year. So this year was the first year I actually started doing the Chatterday, which I had been saying for I think over a year before that. That I wanted to do, bringing on guests that are not specifically other reviewers or well-known members of the community, but really just anyone who had an interest in talking about collecting and even outside the realm of Transformers collecting or even toy collecting. We talked about wrestling, we talked about Lego, we talked about photography with Hard Return and True Starscreamer. We did a bunch of Jeopardies. So if you guys haven't checked those out, those aren't really popular on my channel, but I'm not going to lie, I'm still going to do them because I love them. Even though they take the most amount of work, get the least amount of views, they're by far the most fun I have. So yeah, Chatterday Guest of the Year. This one was very, 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 very difficult to pick because we had so many great guests that came on uh, a bunch of times that are part of my Discord. If you're not part of my Discord, it's not super active, but it's a great place just to hang out and find out what's going on and talk about things like why I hate fans toys, right? And so yeah, there's a link in the description below. You can use that to join the Discord and really just talk about anything. But yeah, Chatterday Guest of the Year. We had people like T-Man978, True Starscreamer, TM Reviews. Let's see who else is in the chat. Michael Rogers was on the inaugural episode. Extra Zero was on there. Baker Jim was on there. Oh, McLuey T Urge G Urge says just call me BB gets his vote. He like destroyed on Jeopardy Chatterday on the first round that he played. He made it to the finals and was squeaked out by Chaticus, who's also been on the Chatterday a bunch of times. He was the grand winner of season 1 of Jeopardy and got a prize. Mike from Junkies Crafts and Builds. All right. So I'm gonna go cut to the chase. The Chatterday Guest of the Year was this man, the Rusty Mechanic. He was on I think the most episodes. I think he was on like four or five episodes. I'm trying to see. I did put it somewhere. Oh. All right. Well, I know he was on like the most episodes. I literally went back and counted, but he was also really active in the Discord, making suggestions about different topics, volunteering. So, but there were also a lot of other great guests that came in close. Anthony Brown Jr. was also a really good one. He was active on a bunch of them. I think he was in the second most just by one. Always had really good opinions about wrestling, about collecting, about comics. Also is still very, very active in the Discord. So very, very great. I love that. Um, I love that he was a participant. I already mentioned Chaticus, True Star Screamer, Hard Return. I mean, everyone who spent time, Memo. I'm sure I'm missing a lot of folks, but I was really happy that we had so many people turn out and want to come back a bunch of times. So I really appreciate it. I'm gonna keep doing Chatterday. Next year we'll start with season 2, along with Jeopardy, new topics and stuff like that. So yeah, thank you, the Rusty Mechanic, even though he's probably not in the chat right now. Very much appreciate it. Check out his channel if you haven't already as well. All right. Next one is an interesting one. So I put best value figure. I didn't know how to really title this, but basically which figure was the best bang for its buck. Maybe that's the way I should put it. Best bang for the buck. That came out this year. I mean, we get a lot of great figures. Fans Toys obviously put out a lot of great figures this year. However, a lot of people say Fans Toys are too expensive for what they are in comparison to even other third parties. So, doing kind of an apples to apples comparison for this year, we got two different Perceptors. We got Jansen earlier in the year. I think it was this year or late December. And then we got Tesla 2.0. I think there was like a $90 difference in US retail between Jansen and FT. And so we're talking about best value figure. What figure for you was a great, great value? McLuiturge says recording lines from Deformation Space. That's their blaster, if you didn't know. Oh, Derek Yee also said blaster. G Tony says best value, any MMC bot. That's a big one. Another shout out for Monocrat Megatank. I don't know why. I just watched that video. Like I said earlier, I've just randomly watched that TM reviews. I do want him, so I might have to grab him. Wow, HasLab Star Saber, best value, really? I don't know. Especially with a lot of the QC issues people are seeing, like TM reviews, and who else had that? A bunch of people had QC issues, so I don't know. Keck says DS Blaster, especially if you got it in the sales. Moon Studios Raiden from True Star Screamer. I think that was a good value. Who mentioned Kang Toys? Kang Toys, they're fairly big figures, and I think they were around $100 each too. So a lot of people said that was a really good value. Who else do we have here? Are we including price cut for Deformation Space reissues? Yeah, I don't have an issue with that. New Age Grimlock, but it's hard to argue against a $60 blaster. That is true. Transform Element Prime, I think that's a good one, but he came out last year. I mean, if you're including some of the reissues, I guess we can squeeze them in, but I try not to do reissues. Best value for TM reviews was Recording Lines Blaster as well. Reformatted Continuum DZEF. Let's see. TM says HasLab Star Saber, worst value for me. As small as he is, New Age Jetfire for $90 well spent. All right. Well, Mariano says First Aid and Streetwise from MMC. Obviously a favorite of mine. Saul G Jr. says Eris Coulter was great and didn't break my wallet. An original character as well. All right, so I actually agreed. I was surprised that so many people picked this out. Mine was also Recording Alliance from Deformation Space. And if you got them on sale, as a lot of people has referenced, like from some overseas sellers, like Chinese sellers, at some point they had them for like, 60 or $70 shipped. Something ridiculous. And I think I got them not that cheap. I think I got them for like $80 or $90. And even then was still money well spent. So let's see here. Do we have any? I'm trying to do the Q&A thing, but I don't know if a lot of people are asking questions. Oh, we do have some. All right, I'll have to show some of these at the end. All right, but yeah, I'm glad to see that Deformation Space is getting some recognition. Is it true that somebody said that they're out of business now? Maybe other people know. All right, going to the next category, disappointment of the year. So I didn't do a lot of reviews this year, and I was way more picky about what I picked this year. So mine is kind of a curveball on the answer here, but I want to see what were your biggest disappointments of the year, and I'm pretty sure I know a lot of them, but yeah, I want to hear from the folks here. What was your biggest disappointment of the year, figure wise or otherwise? G Tony, thank you for the super sticker, the 99 cents super sticker. Very, very appreciative. I never asked for this, and I don't think you guys have to do this whatsoever. But when you do, it really does make my heart grow 3 sizes. Whether it's Christmas or not, everybody knows I'm kind of grinchy. Matt McCardle said, "Disappointment of the year is Henry Paik4Life." I just made you a mod, man. How do I make him not a mod as soon as possible? X Transbots Jensen, really? I thought for the price he was pretty good. Overall, not as good as Tesla 2.0. I will agree. I said that. But again, it's also almost like $100 price differential, and you got way more with Jansen. So I don't know. I don't think he was a huge disappointment for me. But let's see who else. Oh, so with regards to Deformation Space having some legal issues or not being around. Yeah. All right. Let's see. They went out of business. Yeah. I mean, I hope they come back. Wow. TM also says Jansen. Maddie the Dentist says Jansen. Wow. T-Man said, I'm going to try to stick to figures because I've had a lot of disappointing things this year. Oh, that's rough. Drew Starscreamer says my performance on Jeopardy. He's a 2-time loser, everyone. So he filled in for Extra Zero, who won his, but he couldn't make it last minute. So he had this figure action podcast compatriot host. True Starscreamer can't come in, and he lost. So he's the only 2-time Jeopardy loser so far. I think a record that will probably be held for quite a while. Dare27 says X Transbots as a company, they really deserve a lifetime achievement award for this. Oh, you guys are killing me. You're gonna make me have a harder time talking and coughing than I already am. X Transbot Fuzz, I agree. But I didn't put him on specifically because he came out like last quarter of last year, not even like December of last year. So I think maybe even October. I checked. But he was one of the ones I would have put, but he would have been a 2021 disappointment of the year for sure. Toro's so old. I guess reissues. Oh, Jansen says, contrary to what other people are saying, disappointment of the year, he's saying Jansen is his Perceptor. But he's also an X-Transbot, what is it? Forgiver? Not Forgiver. But anyway, you guys know what I mean. A T-Man says Takara Tomy train bots were the best worst. Mike Rogers. Face Toys is most disappointment for not completing a combiner. Wow, these are harsh. These are harsh. Fans Toys for failing to finish a combiner. Definitely. Apologist, thank you. I couldn't think of the word. True Starscreamer. Iron Factory Lockdown was a big disappointment. I didn't collect that one. So, all right. So for me, Matt McCardle picked it. He said said it early on. Where was it? I gotta go back. I called it out, but Matt McCardle said Henry Paik4Life was his disappointment of the year. You and I are in full simpatico. We're one-minded. And the only reason to get it in again is while I did do more reviews and videos than I did last year, I I still didn't do as many as I wanted, and I started off really strong, and then I tailed off. A lot of that was for other reasons, like I left my old company, started a new company. I started with a new company, so that was obviously really hectic. But a lot of this was also just from being lazy. I'm trying to do better. Trying to keep up with TM reviews would be impossible. If you see, I was looking through his video list for this year, and it was ridiculous. I don't know how many, but I feel like he's averaging at least 4 a week, which is mind-boggling. He does more in a month than I do in a year. So, yep, disappointment of the year goes to Paik. All right, let's see what else we have here. Matt McCart bowing down. Few reviewers have been as engaging with the community as Peg. Well, I appreciate that, but I don't think that's true. I think we have a lot of other really engaging posts like TM, T-Man. I still watch. I don't really watch a lot of other reviewers at all, but I watch his figure hunts more than anything else from any other reviewer. It's not even reviews. I just watch his figure hunts. They're so cathartic. I don't know why. Maybe because I don't go figure hunting anymore as much as I used to, and my local shops have been really crappy. Like for example, I found NPM um, Blackout for the first time in Orlando when I was on vacation, and I sent it to TM and T-Man. I was like, "Hey, look what I found." He was like, "Welcome to like 6 months ago." That's how terrible mine is. Matt McCarl trying to backpedal, saying, "Just kidding, boyo. Always look forward to your comment." Yep, TM reviews is a video machine for sure. Thanks, Enu Tabby. Thanks for joining. Let's see. One more TF content like the SOC Sunny non-TF content. You know what? I do need to do more. I do have a lot. So another figure that I totally missed that came out that I want to do a review on that I just got was Imagination Works Vegeta that came out like a year ago, and I totally missed it. And then the Imagination Works Luffy from One Piece I have coming from Toy Dojo, so I'll do that because I'm a huge One Piece fan. Sorry, Keck says, I think your engagement with the community and the live streams when I can stay awake in the key are really enjoyable. Well, thank you so much. G Tony, it's been a great year for Peg. Thank you. Henry and I broke our engagement. Yes, T-Man's voice is super cathartic. T-Man makes a hectic shopping experience chill. Oh, rest in peace, Barbara Walters? Oh, man, why you gotta bring us down, T-Man? Robo Lucas saying the trifecta, the holy trinity that we have here. Pake, TM, and T-Man are my go-to reviewers. All right, so let's go to the next category. I think we only have 2 left. One is third-party company of the year. So we got a lot of third-party companies. We have new ones cropping up. We have some that are exiting the space, like Deformation Space. I think this one, honestly, is not even in question. I don't think anybody will say otherwise. Oh well, maybe not. Already the first couple are not the ones I was thinking, but MMC, New Age, honestly, not the ones I was thinking. But this company for me definitely has been one that I've had a love-hate relationship with. But it goes without saying that they pumped out a ton of figures this year, a lot of high-quality figures. Um, and they've actually started delivering on some of the long-standing ones that we've um, been looking forward to. So like Soundwave and everything like that. I mean, again, we're talking about fans toys. Obviously, I'm just gonna cut to the chase with this one. I think this one's kind of obvious. Fans toys. Also, Robot Paradise. Obviously, they have other stuff as well, but they've released so many things this year. If you could include end of last year, I think they have almost a dozen releases, not including reissues. So they had like Soundwave, the tapes, Huffer, their Outback. Who else did they have? Jive, Phantasm. Who else? Man, there's so many of this that even hard to remember them all. Who else did they have? None of their combiners, like, which was a disappointment. But they had so many releases this year. It would be hard for me not to pick them. Their overall average quality is obviously above. They also won for me Jive the uh, best quality figure of the year with their Jive, and I think that they just really went above and beyond. And a lot of the complaints that a lot of people have had in the past, myself included, a lot of those were resolved or addressed with some of their newer designs. Oh, Chomp. Um, there was it Trailbreaker. Did Trailbreaker come out this year or last year? But their what's it called? Hoist. I mean, just so many great figures. So yeah, Tesla 2.0, Trailbreaker. Yeah, Fan Choice for the Win, Mirage. Oh, Fortress Maximus, Hannibal was Keck's favorite. I mean, there's so many that they've put out. Some other companies that people are shouting out as a joke, obviously, Fans Project. They haven't released anything in forever. Um, Z- Xenomorph says X Transbots. I don't know if that's for real or not. Let's see who else we have. Life with Brock says they released 9 figures this year. Make Toys, another joke. New Age, a lot of New Age lovers. Again, I don't collect Legends anymore, but New Age has been pumping out a lot as well. A lot of great stuff from them. If you're a Legends collector, I think you're very happy with basically every release they put out. If you're TM Reviews, you're happy with the 8 different versions of Skyfire / Jetfire that they put out. He buys literally all of them. Yeah, just so many that they put out. Wheeljack's shop says, "Hello there. Do you have a category for new company of the year?" I don't have one for new company of the year. There were so many like different categories that I actually put a list together of, but didn't end up adding just because either I didn't have enough like relevant competitors that fit that category, or there were just ones I didn't find all the interest very difficult or very much more subjective. So like somebody suggested in my Discord shelf presence, and I felt like that one is very hard to quantify a bit more. So I didn't go with that. But I think next year what I'll do is I'll actually probably start putting up polls or like asking the audience or asking the community to start driving up um, recommendations. Since again, if I don't do a lot of reviews, that really minimizes my space. But if I can get more of the community interaction and get others to put their votes in, we can narrow it down and actually have nominees based on based on my community. So next year will probably not just be the category title and then the reveal. It'll probably be category title and then nominees. I'll show different nominees that were supplied by myself or supplied by you, the audience. Magic Square. Let's see. Accessory Creator Company. That's a good one. Again, really good one. So I actually asked in my Discord if you had any other categories. Let's see what people suggested. Anthony Brown Jr., who I shouted out before, he gave a couple of good ones. Where are they? How come I can't? How come I see them? Oh, best paint, head sculpt, best original release. I thought that was a really good one. But I don't know that we had a lot of original releases. That's why I didn't do that one. Shelf presence was another one that was suggested. So I definitely want to do more of that for sure. All right. So, but really good questions. We'll definitely do more of that next year. Yeah, there's so many shadow companies. Yeah, it's so really difficult for like new companies because some of them we know, like Robot Paradise is not really new, and then they're doing another one with. Aren't they doing another one with their Ultra Magnus? Breakout best new channel mod of the year. You're really asking to be demodded for sure. I think accessories and upgrade kits are definitely a good one. I'll have to think about that. Yep, TM reviews. New Age had a really prolific year. All right, so let's go to the final category, and you can probably guess what the final category is. Figure of the year, the coveted figure of the year. Which figure for you that was released in 2022 was your figure of the year? I think this one's going to be very broad. I think from the different categories that we've already kind of talked about, we've got a lot of suggestions from the best design category, the best quality category. We've definitely seen that. So I'm sure you have a lot of suggestions. Also, Matt McCardle asked what I'm wearing earlier. This is just a level 40 complete shirt that my wife got me because I turned 40 in 2022, soon to be 41. Oh, Xenomore, thanks again. Xenomore's been incredibly generous this year to all of the channels that we support, TM reviews and so forth. And myself, I know, always very active, a great member of my live stream community. I really appreciate the $10. Again, you never have to do that. Don't feel that you need to do that, but thank you for your generosity. His question was, Paik, what do you think about the reissue of Jimbao Oversized Devastator and the new upgrade kit? So I only just saw that recently. And I haven't had any experience with it. So I can't really say much, but I really thought that that theirs is a oversize of what's it called, Generation Toy, right? Is that correct? So I don't even have any experience with the Generation Toy Devastator. I think I maybe reviewed like one of them early on. Oh, everyone's saying true Starscream. Let me go back what he says. Selma Hayek still has the best figure. Let's see here. Mike Rogers says true Starscreamer. Andrew Schatz also agrees. G Tony says non-transformer is Blitzwave Voltron. McLouis Tirge says Medicus, MMC Medicus, Ocular Max Medicus. Iron Factory Grimlock or New Age Jetfire for me. Mosho Date Masamune. I don't even know what that is. Probably an anime figure. Plus 10 figure extra points to choose Starscreamer. David Lynch. Hey, Dave. It's been a while, I feel like, since I've seen your comments. I always enjoy them, though. Blitzwave Voltron was my most expensive figure of the year. That is not for me. I'm waiting for my most expensive figure, which was the what's it called? Why can't I think of the name? YOLO Park Optimus Prime Bumblebee movie Optimus Prime. I paid for that, and that was like $2,000 plus shipping, and I'm still waiting for that to ship, even though I paid them like a while ago. Yeah, that's what I thought. Generation Toy Gravity Builder, yeah. Let's see here. The new upgrade kit looks kind of funny. I haven't paid attention to it too much. Honestly, I've been super happy with my Toy World Devastator that I've never looked back. Nothing that anybody else has put out has maybe even like do that meme where the guy's looking over his shoulder at the girl passing by. Like, my Toy World is my ride or die for right now. Man, Jermaine's getting another set of Blitzway? All right. Mosho Date Masamune is amazing. Again, I don't know what that is. Oh. 172nd metal build style mech figures. Oh, cool. I'll have to look at that. Dave, did Metal Structure Sazabi actually come out? Because I'm seeing the release date as for 2023. I need one desperately, so I'm hoping that I didn't miss it. I hope he doesn't break. Oh, the newer reissues of Toy World Devi have worse QC. Oh man, that sucks. Well, I figured like the clear ones do because they're clear. Oh man. All right. Well, again, I have to make sure that Eddie is able to get one for me. Hopefully not. I mean, hopefully he does because I still have my metal structure um, new Gundam, which also I've never opened, along with all the add-on kits. So I have like the base, the extra two sets of funnels. What was the other thing that came with it? There's something else. I can't remember. But in any case, yeah, I still have that. Oh, Watafa reviewed today? Oh, I better check with Eddie. Hopefully he was able to get me one. All right, so we're kind of off topic, but I'm surprised. I don't think anybody really mentioned my figure. Oh yeah, they did. We had one. So my figure of the year, again, you guys can say I'm biased, but an early release of 2022 Medicus. I found myself playing with this figure more than any other figure. Even now, whenever I bring him out for comparisons, he's super fun. The engineering, I gave this guy best design of the year. Really fun. Um, Transformation, very intuitive transformation. It doesn't want to make you pull your hair out. Same goes for their Streetwise, which is good, but I don't think it was as good as Medicus. Only some minor complaints were like the painted windows on the side. But overall, I thought he was just a phenomenal figure, a really, really fun figure. Um, the transformations into the arm look really cool. The engineering on the wrist and the hands really cool. This could have gone to a couple of other figures though. A lot of figures from Fans Toys could have made this list for me. Blitzway, I didn't even consider him because I didn't do a full review of him. Who else? Bakerton says, "I'll buy your metal structure new Gundam." I don't know. It would be quite a lot if I were to sell him. TM Review says 3 people voted for Medicus on my members group. Only 3 members? That sucks. Biggerton says, I wasn't planning to get any G1 MP scale, but all this praise for MMC Defensor is tempting you. And again, they're really affordable too. So for Masterpiece scaled, at least in robot mode and alt mode, they're really well priced at just around 100, a little bit of over $100. So that was mine. A lot of Fans Toys figures could have been figure of the year. Great quote by Paik. Yeah, and again, this is from a guy who's not hasn't always been the biggest Fans Toys fan. I just call a spade, but this year Fans Toys killed it. That's why I made them my third party company of the year and best quality for their jive. You know, I have no problem saying when I don't like a figure. I don't have a problem saying when I do like a figure. So I think Medicus, while I might be biased, I really don't think I am. I think he's just a phenomenal figure overall. And again, unlike a lot of the Fans Toys figures, I find myself playing with Medicus constantly, and it was for a long time. I kept finding out new things about it, which was really cool. Same thing with a lot of the other Ocular Max MMC all-in-one combiners. A lot of small details that you can easily miss. So yeah, that was it for this year. The all of the figures for this year, all the categories. Let's go over them really quickly. How do I exit? There we go. So we'll go through them really quickly just so you can see. Uh, let's get this a little bit bigger. So we did best quality went to Fans Toys Jive. Best design went to Medicus. Designers AK, Macrotron, Sculpt, Macrotron, and Rick A. Best box artist, very tough category, went to Reza Ilyasa, but it could have gone to any of the ones that people mentioned. Mike Lorber, Chigo King, who else? Iwanas Vinci. I mean, so many great artists out there. And I do want to make sure that we give recognition to the people, the team members behind a lot of the companies. And I've been advocating this for a while. I think more companies should give credit or to their team members, so that people can know that if they have a favorite designer or a favorite artist that they can follow along with. Chatterday guest of the year went to the Rusty Mechanic for being the most frequent guest and one of the most engaging in my community as far as live streams, Discord, Facebook, just messaging me and so forth. He's been a really great supporter and champion of the channel, so I very much appreciate him. Best value figure or best bang for the buck was Deformation 6 Recording Alliance. This was like a landslide. Even the people in the live stream today were all saying that. Disappointment of the year for me, I didn't really have huge disappointment. Any figure that was really disappointing. I actually thought a lot of people would be calling out a lot of the X Transbots figures that came out this year. Like some people said Jansen. I know their Springer got a lot of hate. Their recently released Ultra Magnus was kind of a love-hate thing. People loved the sculpt, hated the transformation kind of thing. So I think there could have been a lot of different disappointments. It was me, Paik4Life, just because, again, I failed to do as much content as I really wanted to. I'll try to be better next year. I guess that will be my New Year's resolution again. Third-party company of the year goes to Fans Toys, and figure of the year for me was Medicus. So those are my categories, my 2020 Paik4Life review awards. So thanks everyone for joining. Hopefully this was fun, a little bit different than just the typical top 5 thing that I've been doing in the past. And again, next year, now that I have it in mind, I want to do more engagement. I'll put out polls or at least ask folks for suggestions or nominees. That way we can put up nominees and get together on that a bit more. So it's not just me. And again, for me to do my part, I really need to do more videos and reviews as well. But that's going to be it for tonight. Oh, no, that's a lie. The one thing I wanted to do is I was trying out this new Q&A, or at least new for me, Q&A feature that YouTube has. It should be down here, where you can ask people to submit questions. So one of the questions was from from Matt McCardle. He was asking what I was wearing. Generic t-shirt, level 40 complete because I turned 40 this year. TM Reviews asked, what was your favorite unopened box of the year? That is a good category. My favorite unopened box of the year might go to Cactus. I just got him, and I've been really looking forward to him. And from the reviews I found, that could be one. Cactus. Who else do I have? I have a couple of Deformation Space figures. MP Skywarp. Who else do I have? MP Skids. MMC Optus Nox. Man, there's so many. But yeah, I think off the top of my head will probably be Cactus for unopened figure of the year. Mike Rogers says, when will Paik empty his closet of unopened toys? Storage unit. I think Paik has more unopened boxes than open boxes. T-Man calling out the Unicron. Yes, but I've had Unicron for quite a while. Definitely not just in 2022. Marciano says, don't be too hard on yourself. Thanks, everyone, for... I gotta do this one. Baker Jin says, biggest disappointment of the year, my stock portfolio. My stock portfolio plummeted this year as well. So, best combiner for next year. I think that's gonna be tough because so many companies don't even come out with a complete combiner within 1 year. So I think that'll be tough to do, but we'll see. David Lynchen says, Happy New Year, fellow collectors. Yes, shout out to everyone. Hope you guys had a great holiday. Hope you guys have a great and safe New Year. We'll be back in the new year. I do have a couple of reviews that I need to knock out. So I'll be away for the new year, for the rest of the year. But again, reminder, on Monday, I'll be doing the giveaway for giveaway drawing. So if you haven't gone, check out that video. That tells you the rules and how to enter. We're close to 100, and if we get over 100 we'll unlock a second prize. And if we get over 200, we'll unlock a third prize. So definitely go there. You just have to make sure that you comment, and you have to be a subscriber that to my channel, obviously, and you have to be showing your subscriptions publicly so I can actually verify it. Yeah, so make sure to do that. I'll probably give instructions on how to do that last minute during that live stream so you can turn it on just in case. But yeah, that's going to be it for this year. Thank you for a great 2022. Hope you guys had a really great one. We're looking forward to 2023 with all of you and to do more with all of you. So thanks so much for supporting the channel. And that's going to be all. Hope you guys have a good one. Bye.